welcome to another inspiring and intriguing edition of your favorite TV program, Zeal's TV Experience, where we talk about topical issues affecting our societies and the world at large. It's very informative, educating, and interactive. And yes, it reviews our skills, our reaction, our reason, and our reasoning. Today on your favorite TV program, we'll be considering a very important topic such as turn off. What is turn off? Well, it might interest you to know that what turns you off might not be the same thing that turns me off. And that's why there's a saying that goes that one man's poison is another man's meat. And on that note, I'm not going to be doing this alone. I'm going to be doing this with a very wonderful gentleman. Let's catch you after the break. Welcome back to Zeal's TV Experience. Today on the hot seat, we're going to throw more light on an important topic of discussion today is no other person than a known voice. When I say a known voice, I mean someone that's been there over time. And he is no other person than Mr. Bbnaija. Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Alright, quickly, what is turned up to you?
I think I simply say turn-offs are those things I consider inappropriate.
Okay.
Those things that when you see you're like, ew, why did you do that? How did you get here? To me, that's
turn up.
Yeah.
Okay, what turns you off in a woman?
That's a big question. I think a whole lot of things.
Okay.
What turns me off in a woman? Let's look at a heavy makeup for a start.
Like what I'm wearing now?
Well, I wouldn't say you turn So let's look at a lady with a very heavy makeup, and you're coming in for my wedding. We're gonna get married soon.
Okay.
So you're coming for my wedding, and you're with the heavy makeup. More than my wife, you're gonna go home.
Why?
Okay, because I'm gonna look at you and look at my guests. They're gonna lose appetite in eating because your makeup is weird. And then you're a lady, you're walking in front of me on the road and you're trying to adjust the short thing you're wearing. For God's sake, you graciously wore a short stuff and allow us to graciously look. Stop adjusting. Stop making this thing look terrible on the road. Okay?
Really?
You were comfortable when you left the house, isn't it?
Okay.
So when you see me walking behind you, you try to adjust it. Let me graciously keep my eyes out. And then what again turns me off? I hate a nagging woman.
Okay.
For crying out loud, if it's a little case, you let it be. Stop.
In other words, you don't like it when somebody insists or persists.
There are things, I think these are two different things. There are things you insist.
Okay.
There are things we're trying to talk about and you insist. I know you do. People spell it out of time that I insist. Okay. But when we're talking an issue that is not really necessary. Okay. It's not important. And you're making a whole lot, a mountain out of it. It's bullshit. So it's not necessary, it's not important. It turns me off.
Okay, so what else turns you off?
The woman? Okay, this one is kind of weird. It happens to every woman. Apart from my mom.
What makes it weird?
Okay, you were sitting in a gathering, you know your hair is more than 5 weeks. It's more than 2 months. And you remove that thing off your head.
Okay, that's the wig, okay.
Oh, for crying out loud. What do you want us to do? You dismiss the gathering. We're sharing the grace now. It turns me off and we'll go home.
Well, you wouldn't know how it was on the person's head. Probably it was itching or scratching her or something.
Okay, you were coming for this show. You were coming to where we have people gathered around us, and then you're coming to take part in the fun. Probably you were expecting there will be an AC and all of that. But I think you should also plan for rainy days. You come for the show. What if you come and there's no AC? Okay. So you should plan, okay, since we're going to have a whole lot of people there and we're going to take a whole lot of time, how about I drop a wig at home? And probably I could do with a scarf and something simple, and then you hit the road. Rather than come disgrace your ancestors.
It's alarming. Would you mind telling us what turns you off in a man?
Okay, the hunter becomes a hunter, I guess. Because I'm a guy and I'm a man, so I think that turns people off too, unintentionally. So I would say, one, let me start with people who smoke. Okay. The gentleman who smokes, please go to that. I'm not against smoking.
Okay.
I'm not a medical expert, so I wouldn't know. You're coming to a garden where we have some semi-meeting, okay? A garden where we need to meet and do a whole lot of stuff. And then you're thinking, you should know we're not all smokers. And then you reach for a pack of cigarette, and then you light it up. Making a second-hand smoker. That's powerful. Come on.
Okay.
And then for the guys who keep long nails, okay? You have a long nails, and then I'm not against long nails.
Yeah, but there's some that are actually nice.
Yeah, they're actually nice, and some are artificials for the ladies, but some guys you could keep it 1 or 2, but if you keep it the whole 10 fingers long and they're not even clean, okay, come on, that's where we start racism, okay? Because I'm not gonna teach with you.
Okay.
And then for the people, the sagas, it's actually beautiful when you see a gentleman sagging, okay? And then you're sagging to church, you're sagging to market and other places. I wonder, I'm thinking one day they do have to sag to their graves, but for me, it's a no-no, it's a turn-off. Okay.
Alright, in general, what turns you off? Looking at today's society, what turns you off?
I think there are a whole lot of things that turns me off generally. But I'm going to go straight to, let's talk about how people use public facilities.
Okay.
For instance, somebody's going to use a public toilet, let's say in a bank.
Okay.
You're using a toilet in the bank and then you leave it messed up. Okay, you're expecting another customer to go inside there and reinforce it on the bank. Or you're expecting a cleaner who is paid below 20,000 in the bank to go flush your mess. That's a big turn off for me.
Okay.
And then you know this stuff. It's another big turn off for me. And then I think a friend mentioned the ladies with attitude.
Okay.
Okay, I won't be able to say it. The ladies with attitude.
Although, sorry to cut you. What kind of attitude when you're talking about attitude? Because there's some things.
That's what I'm calling.
Okay, fine.
I think the one we see every day is, for instance, the ladies walking on the road and then you're beautiful. Sometimes the gentleman who is trying to admire you doesn't even want to ask you out. Okay, you're just like, wow. Pretty girl. Okay, there's no harm in saying yes or saying thank you or something.
Okay, fine.
And then you are like, come on, are you crazy?
Okay, what happens in a situation whereby you pass and a guy says you're fine, you're beautiful, and you say thank you, and then you're back going and he's like, oh, sorry, can we talk? What happens?
Okay, come on, that's also natural. Okay, the guy saw you.
Alright, what happens in a situation whereby you're passing by and the gentleman is like, you look good, and then you're like, thank you. And the next thing he's like, can we talk? And so, mind you, would be so rude. Like, while trying to excuse you. You understand? They might not be that, maybe probably nice.
Okay.
As I'm saying it.
Okay, I think it also depends on how the lady responds.
Okay.
For instance, we could actually, we're in Nigeria where we could make fun of everything. Okay, so if a gentleman stops and like, you're beautiful, and you stop to say thank you, and then he says, can we talk? And you're like, this would be nice, but I don't think it's necessary. Maybe next time. Okay, a sensible gentleman should be wise enough to let you go, believing there's always, a second time to shoot a shot.
Okay.
So if you take, if you're like, if he says, can we talk? And you're like, talk for what? Okay, so I think it depends on how you respond. Okay. If you pass and a gentleman stops you and like, you're beautiful, and you start to say thank you, and they said, okay, can we talk? And you're like, that would be nice. I don't think it is necessary. Maybe next time. Okay.
Excuse me, sorry to cut you. There are some bad ones that would be like, probably she's not even fine.
So it is also part of the game, okay? So if you end up saying she's not even fine, so what happens? Move on, keep going. He said that because one, he's not sure he's going to have a second shot. Okay. And then you're going. Did he love that first? No. So why not keep moving? And then instead of stopping to rain abuse on your ancestors. So again, that's a turn off for me.
Okay. Alright, what's your take on word for views out there?
Okay, that's an interesting part. I like to say one thing. You see, the world is made of some crazy persons. And of course, we also responsibly arise.
Okay.
And then when you do a thing, consider the next man. When you want to take an action, consider what your action means to the man sitting next to you. It could mean an awful experience for him, and it could mean something very beautiful. So let's be cautious enough to do exactly what our mama would like. Thank you very much.
Alright, wow, that's a nice one. I so much love what you just said, what you just did right now. I've learned from it. Okay, like you heard what he said. He said we should be cautious, trying to be cautious of our next action, our next move, because it might either hurt someone or make someone happy. That's been the start of our today's program on Zeal's TV Experience, precisely on Turn Up. We'll return next week bigger, better, and stronger. And remember, don't look down on anyone except you're ready to pick that person up. From all of us here in the house, we say thank you and God bless you. Bye-bye.